Right.
We have a viewer from Elbow Lake. They want, so we'll start with our representative from Elbow Lake. The viewer wants to know what's happened to the payback of money borrowed from public schools, and what about aid to education this year? It's not a budget year, but let's talk about the education issues. Talk about that shift business.
Payback to the schools. I think we had over the schools at one time $2.8 billion. They got paid back, and if I'm not mistaken, at the end of December of this year. And that's free and clear. Last year we invested into our schools. Our schools had not been invested into for a long time, and we invested on all levels: early childhood education, which is great investment, K-12 education, and higher education. We put money into them, but you know what? We didn't put enough into them. This year we put some more money into them. In the House, if I'm not mistaken, we tried to add to the formula 1%, which would be about $58 per pupil. That's a good deal. Our schools need help. We need to put more money into early childhood. And you know what? Our higher ed needs help also. There's a gentleman who just retired in July. His name is Tom Stinson. I don't know if you know who he was.
State economist.
State economist, that's right. And he said one of the reasons why Minnesota is recovering faster than most other states in the nation is because of our great educational system. You know what? That's a good deal. And we need to keep investing into our educational system to keep Minnesota economically strong. That's...
Your thoughts?
Well, like I said before, I spent 35 years in the classroom, and my first 2 years in the legislature, I was on the K-12 Finance Committee. And a couple of points I'd like to make, and this might sound a little bit political, and you asked us not to be that way too much. But you know, in 2011, when I got here, we had a daunting task. We were looking at a $5 billion deficit, and of course, we had all kinds of political wrangling back and forth between the majority and Governor Dayton, and we didn't raise taxes. We generated about $3.4 billion in revenues above projections. At that time, we owed the schools, I believe it was $2.4 billion. We started, first thing we had to do, we had to put some money into our cash flow account. We were basically broke. At that time, people were talking about borrowing money just to meet our normal obligations. So put about $350 million into the state's checkbook, about $650 million into reserves, and then we started paying off the school shift. And the school shift became a big political thing during the election of 2012. Jay, you were involved in that, and it did. But we had made great progress to paying back the school shift. When the legislative session started in 2013, House File 1, which I'm familiar with because in 2011 as a freshman I carried House File 1 and I didn't have any idea what that meant, but I found out pretty quickly what it was. In 2011, House File 1, which is symbolic of the #1 legislative priority of the majority party in the House, was to pay back the school shift. Well, the school shift was being paid back because of the revenues that had been generated, the surplus revenues that had been generated in that 2011-2012 budget cycle. So House File 1 had one hearing, and that was it. And it is basically paid back now, I think, to the tune of about 90%. We've made great progress. I'm a strong supporter of public school. You know, it's interesting. When I first got to the legislature, like I said, I was on that K-12 Finance Committee. And one of the first weeks or so of session, we were having a discussion about the achievement gap. And it's a serious topic, and it's a good topic. It's a great discussion to have. And what kind of things can we do to address the achievement gap? Well, at that time...
and just so that our viewers are aware of this, when we're talking about the achievement gap, we're talking about graduation rates, essentially between
minorities and
minority school or urban areas of Minneapolis and St. Paul, for example, and other parts of Minnesota.
Yep, exactly. Near the end of that day, I asked a question of one of the testifiers. I said, I appreciate the fact that we are talking about the achievement gap, but one of my main issues that I campaigned on was the funding gap. I said, people may not realize it, but the three largest school districts that I represented at that time were Roseau, Warroad, and Thief River Falls, and they got an average payment from the state per year per student of about $8,400. And in Minneapolis, they were getting about $14,400 per year, a $6,000 difference. And one of the things that I was extremely interested in is, and I realize you're not going to narrow that gap all in one fell swoop, it's just not going to happen. But I said, this is something that we need to address. So at that time, that's when we put the small school funding in, which was very beneficial to schools with less than 1,000 students. So Yeah, we do a great job. In my district, I announced on the House floor the other day that there was 4 or 5 school districts in my district that made the U.S. News list of best schools in the country. And at the same time, there was a family from Lancaster, Minnesota there. And in 2011 or 12, they were the top elementary school in the state, and they have 18 full-time staff members and less than 100 kids in the whole school. So we do a good job of educating in rural.
So we're not going to let Elbow Lake get away without an opportunity to respond, to brag about the Elbow Lake and surrounding area school system. So you get the last word on this.
Well, both Dan and I are teachers. And one thing I want to mention, and this involves all the schools in the district. I've been proud to be a Minnesota teacher, and here's why. We have always been at the top of the nation as one of the best school systems in the nation. And you know what? There was a time that we were starting to go backwards. We weren't actually not funding our schools enough. What we need to do is, again, re-stick money back into our schools and attain that best status in the nation again. And you know what? I don't think we dropped very far. I still remember, and Dan probably still remembers it, being a teacher in Minnesota, that was a medal of pride. And our students, and I look at our students that come out of our schools in my area, they're outstanding. Just great citizens and great contributors to our whole economy. And our schools are what's making our state great. I'm kind of talking in circles here.
Well, they're good circles. Last thought on this topic?
Well, one of the things I think that is frustrating to administrators and teachers is, we as legislators, policymakers, bureaucrats, and advocates and so forth, oftentimes we get in the way too much. We should let our local school boards and local teachers work together with local staffs and administrators to create the path that they think is best for their districts. Oftentimes we have unfunded mandates that result in funds being diverted away from programs that they think are available, but us people down here in St. Paul think that they should be doing something different. And we need to be very careful about how we go about doing that stuff.
All right.